Welcome everyone. Get off iOS 13.4.5 or iOS 13.5 right now. But why? Why should I, lose my iOS 13.5 beta? It has the coronavirus contact tracing, it has mask detection with Face ID. But just hear me out. The first reason is mostly related to people who are subscribed to this channel, because iOS 13.5 patches a major sandbox escape exploit. If you want to get the Dolphin emulator, Dolphin iOS, with no jailbreak, this will not work on iOS 13.5 or iOS 13.4.5, right? Next, files escaped. This allows you to change the entire operating system. Want to get iPhone 10 features without jailbreak? You can do that with files escaped. Want to change the Apple logo? It won't change the first booting Apple logo, but the second one you can customize, or you can change that. Want to change the Respring logo? Guess what? You can change that. Want to remove MDM restrictions? You can change that. Want to remove screen time password? You can do that. There's so many things you can do with Fileser, and you're missing out if you're running iOS 13.4.5 or iOS 13.5. The major one, however, is tweaked apps. If you want to get your Spotify++, no jailbreak, no revoke, and no computer without using Build Store, guess what? This brand new exploit allows you to do that. So why on earth are you on iOS 13.4.5 or iOS 13.5? When iOS 13.4.1, which supports all of these things I've just listed, is the latest public iOS firmware at the time of recording, and you can still downgrade to this firmware. And iOS 13.5 will get out beta in around a month, and you still have all of that time to downgrade. Why are you on iOS 13.4.5 or iOS 13.5? Is that worth losing Dolphin iOS but no jailbreak involved? Is that worth losing files escaped? Is that worth losing tweaked apps no revoked? You might even get Houdini, and let me tell you, your iPhone will look jailbroken, even though it isn't. That you can change your app icons, you can change how they look. It's going to look amazing. Is that worth it? I don't think it's worth it, losing all of those things to the iOS 13.5 update. The next reason is a killer. Because really, if you're on iOS 13.5, there's no brainer, it's time to downgrade. Because the next reason is iOS 13.5 beta 3 bricks iPhones. Yes, you heard me correctly. iOS 13.5 beta 3, maybe even the newer betas, but beta 3 100% bricks iPhones. Well, why do we know this? Well, iDevice Help, which is another YouTuber, you probably heard of him, he's like 500k subs large, and he made a video discussing how his iPhone 11 Pro Max, first of all, his Face ID completely broke because of iOS 13.5, then his entire iPhone boot looped, then it wouldn't restore in iTunes, and the Apple employees determined that this was an issue with iOS 13.5. Ladies and gentlemen, iOS 13.5 bricks iPhones, and if that isn't a good enough reason to downgrade to iOS 13.4.1, I don't know what will be. iOS 13.4.5, sure, you might be fine. I've been fine perfectly on my iPhone 10. Think about it. You don't have contact tracing for coronavirus on 13.4.5, do you? Right? So after this video, I'm going to be downgrading to iOS 13.4.1. And I advise everyone who is on 13.4.5 or 13.5 downgrades right now. I will leave iDevice Help's full video, which explains everything, in the description. I advise you watch that next. If you're wondering how to downgrade, I will have a downgrade tutorial linked in the description down below. Depending on when you're watching this video, my tutorial might not be out, so just keep that in mind. Hopefully you enjoyed. Bye-bye.